Okay, great. Guys, if you go ahead and put your hands up, we'll get started with Q&A for Sam Darnold here. Sam, give us just a second here to get this going. Okay, looks like first question will go to David Newton at ESPN.com.
Hey, Sam, how you doing today? Wanted to ask you, I know we talked a little bit about you getting settled in last time we spoke to you, but you've always played in big markets, it seems like, from college and NFL so far. Now you're in Charlotte, much smaller market. What's been the biggest adjustment being here, and how are things different? Any cool stories you've encountered that makes you feel like this is going to be a good spot for you?
Yeah, I think honestly it reminds me of home. I mean, you have the city. It's starting to, from what I've heard, it's growing rapidly. But I mean, kind of where I live, there's kind of a small town feel, which I really like. So there's that. And I guess that kind of reminds me of home. And, it's nice to be able to, walk around. And obviously some people recognize me, and that is what it is. But, it's awesome to be here and call this place home.
And when you are walking around and people recognize, how is it different from being like in New York or out in LA? And you feel like at this point in your career, is that a good thing for you?
I mean, it is what it is. When people recognize me, if they say hi or want a picture or anything, like, I'm pretty open to everything. I'm not, gonna say no or anything like that. But, I feel like it's the same everywhere. Honestly, whether it's Charlotte, New York, LA, even when I'm home, I feel like it's kind of the same. If people recognize you, they're going to ask for a picture or something like that. So it's kind of the same everywhere I've been.
Let's go to Bridget Condon.
Hey, Sam, last night I saw Matt Rule at the Carolina Hurricanes game, and he was, I don't know if you saw that video of him, but getting into it on the siren. He said he sent a video of just the packed house to Christian and some of the other guys, just saying like, this is coming, like, get ready for this fall. I just was wondering if, he sent that to you, and just the level of excitement to finally, it feels like, be over this hump, and what that does for your guys's practice right now. And like, does that motivate you anymore, knowing like, okay, things are back to normal, we're gonna be in front of a, packed Bank of America crowd?
Yeah, I mean, he showed us the video this morning. And yeah, I mean, it's awesome to be able to see that and understand that, fans are coming back in 2021. And as players, we're so excited. The game, it's so fun. The game's so fun because of the fans, because of the reactions they give us, if we make a good play, or if, the defense makes a good play. So we feed off that energy, and it's awesome. And even, going to, play in a different stadium, it's fun to be able to be the away team. And, if we score, it goes, dead silent. And if we win, the whole stadium's silent, and they're walking out of the tunnels maybe early. So it's just fun. All those things are, the fans, like I said before, the fans make this game what it is. And we're excited to have them back.
Let's go to Steven Toronto and then Will Palacic.
Sam, there's been some talk about the fact that Robbie Anderson hasn't been here yet. I know that you and him both have a rapport of each other already from your time on the Jets, but you're playing in a new system, which Robbie's been in for a year. How important is it to get those reps with him in Joe Brady's system, and has he given you any indication on when he'll be here yet?
Yeah, I mean, we know, me and Robbie have been talking. I mean, for Robbie, we know that he's going to be ready whenever he comes. So, that's just kind of Robbie, and that's who he is. And, but yeah, I mean, for the guys who have been here, we've been getting good reps, and we've been stringing together some good practices. We just got to keep that up.
Will, to you.
Sam, what's going on? As far as something Phil Snow said this morning, he said that he sees you every morning at the 6:30 breakfast. How much of a morning person are you, first off?
Yeah, I don't know whether I'm a morning person or a night person. I think I just, however I'm feeling when I wake up, I have the same routine, so I think that definitely helps me getting up early and just kind of doing the same thing every day. for me, it's not really an option. It's just kind of what I do. And, if I just stick to that routine, I know that good things are going to come. So that's just kind of how I've been my whole career, really my whole life. I think my parents kind of instilled that in me, but yeah, I just have my roots, I stick to it.
Yeah, how much of that stuff is just kind of a, just because you're the quarterback kind of has to be like that, and how much of that did you have to like pick up throughout your career?
Yeah, I think, like I said before, I think for me, I've always kind of been that way. If we have a lift at, whatever it is, 8 o'clock, I want to try to get in early, get something in my system and be ready to go by 8, that's just kind of how I've been. That's how my body best responds. So I think it's just, for some guys, they can show up 15 minutes before the lift and get a great lift. And, I think that's just not my body. And, I know myself and I know what I need to do to get ready.
All right, Joe Person, please.
Sam, Matt was telling us today that these practices are important, but they're not really competitive. I mean, not in pads and so forth, and kind of looking ahead to the preseason and the training camp. How important will those workouts be? Will those practices be for you and in this offense, relative to this time?
Well, I think right now, especially, being in a new system, and I think even if I was in the same system for, 15 years, I would be saying the same thing. But every practice right now is the most important thing. And for me, I'm being very competitive out there. I want to win every rep. If it's third down period, we're working on getting that first down. And so it's just those little things that, I'm always doing to stay competitive. And, have an edge. If we're going against the defense, we want to beat them. That's just in our nature to be competitive as NFL football players. So, I'm going to go out there every day and compete and do my best.
Let's go to Darren Gant, please.
Sam, in terms of your adaptation, you're learning this system. If you could put a number on it, where would you say you were in terms of feeling comfortable in running this thing?
Yeah, I don't know in terms of what number, like percentage.
Yeah, I mean, what percentage of this offense do you feel strongly about right now?
I feel really good about everything that we've installed so far. Obviously, I just got to study a little bit more, and that's just what it is. I just got to continue to study and put in the hours to learn this offense, learn the system. So I'm just going to continue to do that every day, and I really believe if I do that and put the time in, that I'll feel really good, by the start of the season.
Elena,
What do you have?
Sorry, Darren, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, in terms of being ready for training camp, are there particular things that in your mind you want to be better at, you've got to polish up prior to then?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think one of the things is just, gluing into the formations. That's a big thing for me. Just so that, when I do call formation, I can understand exactly, what position is where, and it makes it easier to call plays that way. So I just need to, continue to study those and study the plays and, shifts, motions, all those things. So obviously there's a ton that goes into it. But just, again, like I said, I'm just going to continue to look at it and study it.
All right, we'll go to Elena Getzenberg and then David Newton.
Hey, Sam. I was curious for you, what has it been like working with Joe? How would you kind of describe him? I'm just curious how that relationship's going so far.
Yeah, Joe's awesome. I mean, just the, continue back and forth that we have, discussing plays and discussing how he sees it, and then, watching tape together, being able to see, hey, this is how Drew did it back in New Orleans. This is how Teddy did it last year, just, seeing different things and being able to learn from the tape and, even telling him, hey, this is what I like. Or, if I see something that they ran in the past, hey, I don't really see that play that well. So just discussing those things has been huge. And, having this time together has been very crucial to, our relationship and continue to grow that.
So when you're looking at tape with him, you also go back and look at old Saints stuff from last year, like from when he was there, or?
Yeah, no, it's everything. I mean, we're you know, whether it's cut ups of certain plays or certain concepts, we're looking at, you know, everywhere that he's been, we're looking at tape from that year, from those years.
Yeah, Sam, I got two quick things. One is, did you get the second half of your couch?
I haven't yet, but again, like I said, it's enough right now. Everything's backward. I mean, COVID killed everything in terms of manufacturing and stuff for this year. So, I get it, you know, and also, like I said, it's enough for me right now. So I'm not complaining just yet. I think if it's not here by the time training camp comes around, then I'll start to, you know, send some emails to that certain company.
Don't want to share that, I guess. And when you got here, was there anybody you reached out to for advice that's played here before, or just to kind of give you a feel for what you are stepping into that's been really helpful for you?
Yeah, I've reached out to some former players, just about, you know, where to live, what to expect, all those things. So I'm not going to name names, but I've definitely reached out, especially when I first got traded. I reached out to a bunch of guys, just asking a ton of questions about Charlotte and the whole area and being around the facility, all that stuff.
Thanks.
Will Palachik, I think I lowered your hand. Do you still have a question?
I do. Sam, I know that you mentioned the stuff about Robbie earlier, but you know, how much easier or better will it be a sigh of relief for you, whether it's next week or somewhere down the road when you have everybody in there? It's like, okay, you feel like you can finally go full steam ahead with a full attendance there, even though you've had pretty good attendance here at camp to this point.
Well, yeah. I mean, we've been full go. We've been rolling. Obviously, we don't have Robbie here, but again, he was in the system last year and all that. So, but yeah, we've been rolling. We've been getting these installs in and having good walkthroughs, having really good periods throughout practice. So,
All right, let's get one last question for Joe Person.
Sorry, Sam. Have you been vaccinated, and kind of where do you come down on that?
I haven't been vaccinated yet. You know, still got to think about, you know, all those certain things that go into it. Again, it's everyone's choice, whether they want to get vaccinated or not. So that's really all I got on it. I don't want to go too into detail, but yeah, I haven't been vaccinated yet.
I didn't know if you were sort of, you know, doing some more research on it, or like kind of how will you make an informed decision on that?
Yeah, I have been. I mean, for me, I don't, you know, I'm just staying by myself right now. You know, I don't have a family or anything like that. So, you know, again, there's a ton of different things that go into it. I'm going to evaluate that on my own and, you know, make the best decision that I feel like is, you know, again, the best for myself.
Okay. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, appreciate it.